Craig, Herc, everyone's favorite former Major League Soccer star, Wayne Rooney, is back in the headlines talking about Major League Soccer. That's right. Here's what he had to say about the league. Not very flattering. And this was in a Instagram Q&A with his former teammate, Quincy Amarikwa. Quote, MLS needs to look at that. He's talking about trades because a lot of the owners are taking advantage of the league's trade structure, which is affecting American players. American players are just the same as South Americans, the Spanish, the English. The American players work just as hard, if not harder, and get taken advantage of. Herc, is Rooney right? Are American players in Major League Soccer taken advantage of?
You know what you do when you sign a Major League Soccer contract?
What?
You waive your FIFA Pro rights. That's what you do. You pretty much waive the rights that protect you as a professional footballer around the world. Now, I've been traded many times in Major League Soccer. I remember making about $50,000 a year getting traded to the Colorado Rapids and getting $5,000 for my trade, for my moving expenses that I had to handle. I didn't have a family. I didn't have kids. I was a single guy by myself. It didn't affect me too much, but I've seen it happen to grown men who are of an age where they should have a career, who have to uproot themselves and their families to a cross-country different area to a more expensive housing market and start anew. By no means is it a fair situation for Major League Soccer players. You know what you're getting into because you waive these said rights, but they absolutely take advantage of you. And it was more notorious when I went abroad and I played in Mexico, and I realized on a world scale, a world's pay scale, what I was missing out on. But yes, in the short answer, these players are being taken advantage of.
Craig, is it fair for Wayne Rooney to come here, make all the money that he made under the rules that he's now complaining about, not fulfill his contract, go back overseas, and now, from a distance, start slagging MLS off?
Well, you know more about it than me. I don't know if he fulfilled his contract or not. The only thing is, I've just as you cut back to me there, I just managed to put the tissues down from Herc's story. Oh,
the small violin for the poor MLS players, the poor American MLS players.
No, all it missed was some dark, slow music in the background as he was telling it. But, you know, you guys know more about it than me. You know, whether you agree with it or not, the system in the US for Major League Soccer and for other sports is different. And I don't understand it. I you know, as you know, because I don't really follow it as much as you guys and others. So I don't understand the elements of the trades. I don't understand the money that gets allocated in all the different scenarios. But when you come here, that's part and parcel. And, you know, unless you come with your eyes completely closed, then you've got to realise these things go on. Is it fair for, you know, guys down the lower end of the scale? Then no, it's not. And there are a lot of lower paid players in Major League Soccer because of the way the salary system is set up. But ultimately, as Herc said, it is different. Oh, and there's the lightning as we speak. The weather's terrible as well. Everything's just crashing and burning around us.
Wayne Rooney heard you saying it.
Yeah, but the bottom line is, you know, at the end of the day, and I think Herc touched on it, is the league literally owns you. And that's the difference. And so, you know, that contract is, you know, that's owned by the league effectively, and people can do what they want with you. So you are more bait in Major League Soccer unless you're one of the real big earners up there. And I think for the guy lower down the league, it is tough. Whether it's fair or not, I don't know. That's just the way they've set the system up. I can't figure it out. It's way too complicated for me. How the hell Stevie Nicol must have figured it out? When he was coaching
they didn't have Tam and Gam when Stevie Nicol was around.
And you see, Craig, you see what just happened here? Seb wanted you to crush Wayne Rooney, and I love how you didn't go that route because Seb's here thinking, here's this millionaire on his high horse saying it when he's not part of it anymore. He wanted you to indirectly bash Wayne Rooney, and I applaud you for not taking the bait of Seb's little twisted mind.
Why are we not criticizing Wayne Rooney? Why can we not do that?
Well, we can, but tell me why. What is Wayne Rooney entitled to an opinion?
Yes, he is, but he's very, very wrong
But
here.
does he have to be an advocate because he made money with Major League Soccer? That's what I don't understand.
No,
Not
but
everybody
he's
who
being
makes
a
money,
mouthpiece. He's being propaganda for his buddies in the DC
asked a
United
question.
locker room who
What
cry
if he
about
was
not getting
never
paid
asked
as
this
much.
What if he was never asked this question while part of Major League Soccer? He was finally
asked
this
it by
question.
a former teammate. Come on.
Who's been affected by it. So the question was asked. Listen, I don't know if you know this, and Craig, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you get asked a question, you don't go off on a tangent about something else because you think that's
exactly what you
about.
do. You never answer my question.
I just answered your question. He answered a question. I don't understand why Wayne Rooney has to be a poster child for your hatred. And by the way, I understand your hatred because he completely proved you wrong on how he wouldn't be an important cog in DC United and Major League Soccer.
Oh yeah, remind me of all the playoff wins
again.
Remind me of all the playoff wins and how he left midway through a contract. No, he's a DC United legend. Oh yeah, what about the last half of the season where he didn't do anything and was already at Derby County in his mind? Great. Yeah, no, you're right. We can't criticize. You don't want to criticize. You don't want to criticize, and now you won't criticize. Herc, let me ask you this. Where does the American have it better than in Major League Soccer? Where is Michael Bradley worth $6.4 million other than MLS? Where is Josie Altidore worth $6.3 million other than MLS? The American player in MLS has it better than anywhere else.
Select players in Major League Soccer have it better than anywhere else.
They built a league for the bang average American player, and now you want to cry about it.
You know this is about equality, right? You scream about equality. I've heard you scream it on the women's side, scream it on the men's side again. It's not just about select players having this act.
So the bad players should get the same as the good players. Is that what you're saying?
Seb, you're going off in tangents and you're screaming bloody murder over here. When we're talking about Wayne Rooney, you brought up Michael Bradley and Josie Altidore. I don't know where you're going with this.
I've given you examples of American players who are overvalued and coddled in Major League Soccer. You haven't given me one of a player who's been taken advantage of.
You think the players who are making $70,000
do they not? Do players in Mexico have better rights than in the U.S., Herc? Answer me that.
They've got better pay.
I didn't ask that. Do they have more rights? Do they have more rights? There's literally open collusion from the owners in Mexico. You're going to say the guys in MLS need
There's not open collusion in Major League Soccer? You pool your winnings as owners. What are you talking about, Seb?
Collusion, pacto de caballeros. Do you know what that is? You know that? That's literally
caballeros in Major League Soccer, Seb. Do you not see that?
Come on. You say players in MLS?
Seb, let's be honest. Have you got a doctor near that room?
Hey.
Have you got a doctor there? Because I feel that you're going to self-combust. Listen, let's get to the crux
players
here.
In the championship, players in League One don't get mistreated, Craig.
Let's get to the crux of the matter here. Let's not beat about the bush anymore. You have an agenda.
Yes,
against Wayne Rooney.
Yes.
An agenda-driven agenda against
And obviously
Wayne
Josie
Rooney.
Altidore and Michael Bradley because they come up in every other conversation. I'm surprised you didn't say Bob Bradley.
I'm just curious. I just wanted to see if Wayne Rooney was right. If MLS players are taken advantage of, Herc, you seem to agree, right?
Yes, I do seem to agree. But just because they're taken advantage of doesn't mean other injustices don't happen around the world, Seb. That's what I understand you're failing to understand.
Well, tell me where the American players treated better than MLS.
But you
nowhere, because they're not that good. They're not good enough to go elsewhere and be treated.
What's the segment? Time out.
You don't want to say that about your teammates.
What's the level? Is a segment about the level of play of Americans Major League Soccer? Or is a segment about the injustice of Major League? I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, that's not the first time. We'll end it there.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.